Okay, let's start with a thought experiment. Imagine, just for a second, you're completely still, maybe sitting alone, nothing in your hands, nobody around, just quiet. Now, here's a surprising idea. What if, right then, the whole world started working for you? Silently, no fuss, you didn't even ask. It's a fascinating concept, right? And it's actually the core of our deep dive today. We're looking at excerpts from a text called The Invisible Web of Divine Provision. And our goal here is to sort of unpack this idea of unseen support. What does it really mean? Thinking about interconnectedness, gratitude, maybe even trust. Yeah, get ready. This might shift how you see things working around you. So digging into that scenario, how does this working for you actually happen? What does it look like? The source describes it really beautifully, I think. It says, everything around you moves quietly, as if the threads of life were raised specifically for you. And it stresses that these aren't threads you can, see with your eyes.
Right. It's something else. A power your heart perceives, is how the text puts it. And what's really striking is how it describes this activity. It's tangible, yet hidden. The source suggests that people in distant places, in cities and lands you've never set foot in, begin to work.
People you don't even know exist.
Exactly. They plant, they manufacture, they buy, they sell, they transport, all sorts of things. And the really profound part, according to the text, is that you know nothing about it. Zero.
Yet it brings you what you need, sustenance, opportunities.
Sustenance, yeah, and it opens doors you never dreamed of.
Yeah.
That's the claim.
Okay, but I mean, the obvious question comes up, doesn't it? Is this just a huge coincidence?
A grand coincidence. Yeah, the text anticipates that question. And it answers pretty directly. It says, all of this isn't by mere chance.
Yeah.
Rather, it is the destiny decreed by God who has ordained your provision for you in a place and time you don't know.
So destiny, not chance.
Not chance, according to this perspective. It uses this metaphor, this image. So he brings all people together as if they were threads of an invisible web surrounding you.
Ah, there's the invisible web title.
Precisely. Working quietly and peacefully.
So you eat, you drink, and you walk your path without feeling any burden or hardship.
It really challenges how we usually think about, like, effort and reward, doesn't it?
Completely. It suggests this underlying orchestrated flow.
And the driving force behind this web. The source is explicit about that, too.
Oh, absolutely. It attributes it directly. God, the provider, the merciful, who neither slumbers nor sleeps, is the one who has moved those hands and subjected them to you with immense mercy.
So it's framed entirely as an act of divine mercy and provision.
That's the foundation presented in the text, yes. Immense mercy.
Then it throws this interesting twist at us, a kind of paradox. It asks you to consider, think about this, how small you are among these multitudes. Which, yeah, you can feel pretty tiny thinking about billions of people. You really can. It's easy to feel insignificant. But then, immediately it flips that feeling on its head. It asks, and how great you are when you realize that all those multitudes are worshiping in a secret movement, carrying your provision to you in every moment.
Wow, okay. So from small and insignificant to great and central.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
It reframes your whole position. You're not lost in the crowd. The text suggests you're actually a focal point for all this quiet activity.
That's a huge shift in perspective.
It is. It suggests this incredible, individual value within this massive unseen system.
And it feels like it's pointing towards something more than just, getting food delivered. There's a deeper meaning implied here, isn't there? Beyond physical needs.
You're right. It definitely goes beyond just the physical. The material clarifies this. It says, this is not just the bread you eat. It is a message of mercy.
A message.
Yeah, calling your heart to gratitude and making you live every moment with a faith that brings you closer to your Lord.
So every time you receive something, it's like a spiritual prompt.
Exactly. That's the idea presented. It turns everyday provision into this constant, quiet reminder of a deeper connection, a call to faith and gratitude.
Okay, so what about those times when you feel really isolated? We all have them. How does this idea of an invisible web help then? Does the source address feeling alone?
It does, quite directly. It offers this as a kind of comfort. It says, when you feel alone, remember that this mercy is unending, and that your provision is surrounded by many hands of God's creation, working tirelessly without fatigue.
Tirelessly.
Because God has decreed it for you and sent it to you from where you do not expect.
So even when you feel most alone, the idea is that this vast, unseen support network is still active.
That's the reassurance it offers, yes.
Yeah.
A counter to isolation by highlighting this pervasive, divinely run system of care.
And the source apparently boils this all down to a deep lesson. What's the core takeaway supposed to be?
Well, it highlights two main things. First, to place your trust in God with a sincere heart.
Trust. Okay.
And second, To live knowing that you are not alone in every step you take.
Not alone. That connects back to the feeling of isolation.
It does. It reinforces this idea that, from the text viewpoint, God is with you, along with his inexhaustible mercy and his servants who move by his power for you alone.
For you alone. That specificity is interesting.
It frames it as a very personal, continuous, divinely guided support system for each individual.
So if we try to sum up the core message here, the text is essentially saying, this is the mercy of God that keeps you safe.
Right.
And this is the greatness of creation that provides for you without any effort or hardship from your side.
Other than, and this is the crucial part from the source's perspective, other than to be grateful, to trust, and to believe that provision is in the hands of God, the protector, the provider, and the giver.
So our part is belief, trust, and gratitude.
Those are presented as the essential responses, yes. Our role in this interaction.
And then it leaves us hanging with this really potent question. Can you now feel the extent of this love and mercy that surrounds you from all sides? That really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It's an invitation to really internalize this whole concept.
So wrapping up, we've explored this really profound idea today, this invisible web, the concept that the world, orchestrated divinely according to the source, is constantly working for your well-being, often completely behind the scenes.
And for you, the listener, the key takeaways from this material seem pretty clear. It's an invitation, really, an invitation to cultivate gratitude for all this unseen support.
Right.
To maybe lean into trusting it a bit more, and to live with that comforting thought, as the author presents it, that you're actually never truly alone.
And we'll leave you with one last thought to chew on, straight from the source material. It calls this whole process. It is the greatest story ever told and the deepest secret ever lived, all for the sake of your soul, for the sake of your life, for the sake of you alone. For the sake of you alone. What might that actually mean for how you face your day, your challenges, how you see yourself? Something to think about.